Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. Happy New Year's, people. How to put this video out. Probably gonna make it tomorrow morning. But either way, I thought I'd start off the new year right with X-Men 205. And I also found 210. And there's a reason why I have it opened. I'm not going to go into detail about 210 yet. Really, this is about 205 and the significance of this book. And the reason why I like 205, give me a second. First of all, I like the artwork on it. And this was actually the first book that I picked up and bought for myself of the X-Men. And that's why this book has a lot of sentimental value to me. And I won't sell until I get a better copy. But, so I'm looking at, I thought I'd break down this book for you. First of all, this issue involves Lady Deathstrike and the Weavers, the future Weavers. So we have Spiral in here, and I just like the artwork. You know, I thought the artwork was really cool. Like, what I didn't like about Thor, use my pencil or pen for Thor. The current Thor has all these colors that blend together. And it looks like a few issues are starting to get better, but I just couldn't read it. It was just too much. Where even though you have a nice blend of colors working together, they don't blend in. They pop out just right. So this is a good example of how to make all these colors work and have a unique art style of your own. And the artist is Barry Windsor Smith, and the writer is Chris Claremont. Just let you know. So, Lady Deathstrike. Well, this is how she becomes Lady Deathstrike. She makes a deal with Spiral, and these guys right here, who are going to become the future Weavers, pretty sure they are. Yeah, they make a deal with Spiral too, and this is the Body Shop. I don't think it's the first appearance of the Body Shop, but nevertheless, they make a deal. They want to hunt down Wolverine. And here you have one of the kids from the Power Pack. Can't remember her name offhand. I'm able to say it up here. Nah, maybe she'll say it later. But so she's here, and all of a sudden, there's a blast through the snow. It's snowing really bad. And boom, look at this splash page. Oh, it's so beautiful, people. So Wolverine is like out of his mind at this point. He's really tore up, and he pops his claws, and he doesn't. He's trying to figure out, what's going on, and he grabs her, and they start running. Then she gets scared, and she's does her little energy blast. I want to say she's like 6, 7, 8, around there, maybe 8 or 9, somewhere around that age. And she puts her costume on, and she's asking Logan, or Mr. Wolverine, no, Mr. Logan, are you sick? And Wolverine's like healing factor is trying to kick in still. So, like I said previously, he's already been jacked up. They haven't even showed how they ambushed him. They just brought it straight to the ambush. And so she's helping him recover. So they find this cab, and she's like, she tells the guy to stop, and, she's telling the cab driver, please, my uncle, some nasty men beat him up. He's like, did a pretty fair job, too. And then he goes, by the look of him, a poor devil. He's not a devil, even if he's scary as one. Just an expression, youngster. I mean, this is classic Chris Claremont writing. So the dialogue goes smooth with the time of that era in the 80s. I want to say it's 80s. Yeah, 86. And so at this point, Wolverine is at a point where he's regaining his senses, and he throws the girl out. And you see that the cab's getting blown, shot to shreds. Throws out the cab driver. He's on fire. And he grabs her, and then towards the end, he's like, I know you, girl. Why do I know you? Why do I not know myself? And then he's like growling because he's going into a feral stage, so he's about to go berserker because it's a survival instinct. And she puts a little blanket on him or a little costume on him to keep him a little bit warm. And he thanks her. Oh, that's it, Katie. So now he's regained his sense. She had bought him enough time to start healing and be able to make good decisions. And now he's back on his game. So whatever advantage that they had at the moment is very slight now. They have the numbers, but they no longer have him off guard. So he tells her, these are old foes of mine, Kate, with old scores to settle. This is a grudge fight. Leave them to me. But what I'll do, maybe the hardest thing you've ever done, and the bravest. I want you to trust me. And so at this point, Wolverine does what he does best, and he starts slicing and dicing them. Yeah, this is pretty brutal right here. So this is my introduction to the X-Men. Once I decided to get into comic books, this was the first issue I picked up. So not only was it a great issue for me to be introduced into comic books, I was just like, whoa, it made me want to learn who Lady Deathstrike is, who these Weavers are, and then I found out that they're from the Hellfires Club, and Wolverine had jacked them up, and, here's the thing. You find a good book will have a lot of questions like, who are these people? They're cool. I need to read the story. And that's what comic books are about, collecting great short stories. So she's like, Reese, acknowledge me, Reese. And he's like, you're wasting your time. He's done. And look at the splash page, people. I mean, I'm just so excited just reading this again because it's been so long since I've read this. Epic fight scenes, and they're going at it, and he's questioning her about what she did. And she's talking about her honor, and she's a samurai. But these fight scenes, oh, look at this. I mean, she's gutting them. They're both giving it to each other. But this right here, look at this gritty face and the scene that leads up to it. I actually, at one point, did this entire scene, just like you said right here, in watercolors. Now, I didn't get it as intense as he did with all the splash effects and stuff, but I do remember in high school I became pretty close. I was pretty happy with myself. And I think I sold it for like $20 because a friend bought it off me. And here's where she's begging for mercy. And she's like, I have lost. Worse, I have failed. My life is forfeit. He's like, that'll solve all your problems, wouldn't it? Right? So now I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's going to kill her. He's going to finish her off and end it for her. Put her out of her misery. He's like, but it won't be that easy. You made me an animal again, Deathstrike. Took me back to a time in my life I thought I put behind me. Animals and man each has his reasons for killing. None apply here. And she's like, the threads that bind us can only be broken by a death. Father, so long as your blocks my path, my spirit remains still trapped born. I guess he's talking to her father, his spirit. Show mercy, I beg you, let me free. And look at this. Oh, Shaq. He's like, earn it. Oh, I'm telling you, people, this is so good. And then he finds Kate, tells her it's okay to go home, and I'll end it with, no matter what happens ever, you'll always have a friend to run to, Kate. That is, if you want And so, Mr. Logan, will you? Come on, little darling. Storms lifting. Let's go home. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And I want to thank you for subscribing. And if you're, I want to thank the past 2 or 3 days, I've jumped up like 20 subscribers to not only push me over 100, but to currently put me at like 110, a little bit over 110. So if you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. What was your first comic book that you read and what got you into it? And I also found in my storage was X-Men 210. And that is the first appearance of Arclight. And I want to say it's, let me check something real quick here. Yeah, first appearance of the Marauders, first appearance of Arclight, and it's the start of the Mutant Massacre. So once I assemble all these books, I'm actually going to break it down and show you the covers and all that. But this and why I consider one of the top 3 X-Men stories, maybe like 1 or 2 for me. And definitely during the 80s, I consider this number 1. So that'll do it, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave it, like I said, leave a comment below. And you can, if you look into the links below, you will find my Instagram. I also have my eBay up and running. And I also have Patreon. And for those of you who are new, on Thursdays, I do Sketchbook Thursdays because I'm an artist. Because the name of my channel is really the name of my business, which is Comicbook Gallery, a different way of looking at art. So I have a program where I'm teaching little kids to draw from 1st to 3rd grade. And it has a link to my Patreon. So if you would like to support me, I would thank you. Or if you just want to look at videos to teach your children how to draw. Also, if you go to my playlist, there should be, let me pull this over here real quick. Okay, so on my playlist, you have Comicbook Gallery Patreon. And these are the videos that will pop up. These 2 videos right here, I only had exclusive for Patreons, but the more that I think about it, the more that I wanted to just release these to the public, because my goal is to teach little kids how to draw. And if I can start to put together this program, which I'm slowly starting to do, and you can watch my niece and my nephew, and so far, I don't know, I have like 9 videos, but I'm going to really start adding more videos to this. I taught my niece how to draw Halloween, the fundamentals of arts with shapes, finishing a picture with colors, Thanksgiving. My nephew did a pirate ship, for the Christmas, how to draw a snow globe. And my niece actually drew an X-Men character, Storm. And she's only 8 years old, people. So that'll do it. I'm going to end it with her smiling face, or about to smile. And you take care and start the New Year's right.